Dubai is, famous for its absolutely ambitious projects. And today, we're diving into one that's trying to crack a really old problem. How do you get that city buzz and that coastal calm in the exact same spot? Let's take a look at how Casagrand Hermina is trying to make that happen.
So their big tagline is all about these two worlds settling into one. It's a great pitch, right? We hear stuff like that a lot in real estate. So let's really dig in and see what that actually looks like for this particular project.
And get this, even the name, Hermina, is a clue. It actually comes from Hermes, the Greek god who was the messenger zipping between different worlds. And that's exactly what they're trying to do here, bridge that gap between the hustle of the city and the quiet of the coast. Okay, so if you're going to make a promise that big, you need the perfect spot. And for this project, that spot is one of Dubai's newest and, frankly, most ambitious developments, the Dubai Islands. Now, this isn't just some random building on the coast. The Dubai Islands are a huge piece of the city's big 2040 urban master plan. What does that mean for you? Well, it means it's getting priority government funding. For any investor, that's a massive green flag. It tells you this is a strategic area that's being set up for major growth. And the scale of this place, it's just, wow. We're talking 21 kilometers of brand new beachfront, plans for something like 86 hotels and resorts, and 9 marinas. This isn't just a place to live. They're building an entire destination from the ground up.
But here's the kicker. All that island vibe doesn't mean you're stranded. You're still super connected. 20 minutes to the airport, just 22 minutes to downtown Dubai. That's the real magic here, right? You get that amazing waterfront life without giving up any of the city convenience.
All right, so that's the big picture. Let's zoom in now from the whole island down to the actual apartments. And they're built around two key ideas, grace and intelligence.
So let's talk about grace. What does that mean? Well, it's all about luxury and comfort. Every single apartment has a proper entry foyer, so you get that real I'm home feeling. And they've included things like double-height balconies and walk-in closets, not as afterthoughts, but as core parts of the design to really open up the space and make the most of those views.
Then you've got the intelligence part. These homes are totally future-ready, with smart controls built right in. But it's not just about tech, it's also about being sustainable. They're using eco-friendly materials, energy-efficient lighting, which is great for the planet and, let's be honest, great for your wallet when the utility bills come.
Of course, when you buy into a place like this, you're not just buying the four walls of your apartment, you're buying a lifestyle. So let's check out the amenities that make that lifestyle happen. And the amenities, they follow that same theme of balance we keep coming back to. On one hand, you've got all the fun stuff for leisure and recreation, swimming pools, a spa, even a sky cinema. And on the other hand, you have everything for fitness and wellness, like a great gym and a special area for meditation.
And it's not just about you either. They've really thought about community. There are places for families, like a dedicated kids' play area, and social spots like a big multi-purpose hall. And it's all connected by this beautiful promenade that takes you right down to the marina.
Okay, so the lifestyle sounds pretty amazing, but what about the investment? What do the numbers actually look like? Let's break it down.
First things first, what can you actually buy? Well, you've got options. There's a whole range, starting from a one-bedroom, which is still a pretty spacious 800-plus square feet, all the way up to these huge 4-bedroom homes perfect for a family.
And the big question? What's the entry point? A one-bedroom residence starts at 1.92 million dirhams. So there you have it, a concrete number to anchor this whole waterfront opportunity.
The payment plan is pretty straightforward. It's a 60-40 structure. Basically, you pay 60% while it's being built, and that's broken down into smaller, manageable payments. The last 40%, you don't pay that until it's finished and ready to move in.
So let's visualize that for a second. You put down 20% to book your unit. Then you pay another 40% in chunks while they're building. And that big final 40%, that only comes due when the project is done and they're handing you the keys.
A couple of key things to remember here. This is an off-plan project, meaning you're buying it before it's built. And it's a pretty exclusive boutique development, only 131 units in total. The target for completion is the second quarter of 2028.
Now, with any project this big, you have to ask, who's building it? The developer here is Casagrand. They're a huge name in India's real estate world, been around since 2003, and now they're making their big entrance into the Dubai market. And their track record is, well, it's pretty impressive. We're talking about a company that's already delivered over 160 landmark projects.
And get this, more than 55,000 families now call a Casagrand's property home. And all told, they've developed over 53 million square feet of real estate. So yeah, these numbers tell you they know how to deliver big projects on time and at scale.
So it seems like their game plan is pretty clear, right? They're taking what they're known for, that formula of really thoughtful design and being super reliable with delivery, and bringing it to one of the most dynamic, most competitive real estate markets in the entire world. And that really brings us full circle, back to that first question we asked. You've got this incredible, strategic location that's part of a huge citywide plan. You've got a design that's all about mixing two totally different lifestyles. It definitely makes you think, doesn't it? Could this be the place where the future of city life really, finally, meets the coast?